I'm going to take you through a follow-along sequence of the Daily 5, which is a set of movements which focuses on just opening up the space in the spine, moving the body forwards, bent backwards, rotating the spine sideways, and we're also going to do a hip opening exercise as well. Even though this is follow along, I would encourage you to perhaps hold for maybe 5 or so breaths longer than we do in the video. So starting on your sit bones, take hold of your wrist, place it under your knees, point the toes to the ceiling. Take a breath in, and on the out breath, start to walk your heels up towards your sit bones, letting your pelvis start to tuck under. Take another breath in. And on the out breath, drop the chin, lengthen the arms, soften the shoulders, make sure they're not coming up around your ears. You're trying to create a C shape with the spine. We're aiming to bring the lower part of your back as close to the floor as possible. And breathe. Really utilising the breath to help expand the muscles in between the ribs, facilitating that stretch through the upper back. To come out, we're going to slowly start. So we're now going to do a extension of the spine or a back bend. So this is the simplest version of a back bend. To get into the position, you come down onto your tummy. Arms are reached out. Slide the elbow up under your shoulder. Roll your body back onto that bent arm and slide the other elbow up under the other shoulder. Give the hips a little wiggle. Make sure that there's no tension in the glutes. Let your belly go soft. Just have a look. Make sure your elbows are under your shoulder. Taking a big breath in, breathing out and relax. Soften the belly. Check in with the glutes if they haven't started to tighten up. Imagine that someone has a piece of string in between your shoulder blades and they're pulling your shoulders backwards. As you bring your shoulders back, you're going to lift your chest, which will take you further or deeper into the back bend. Continue to take the deep breaths. Keep the belly soft. Without moving anything, attempt to drag your elbows towards your hip bones. This will lift the chest and take you deeper into extension. Soften the shoulders. Soften the belly. Check in with the hips. Come out, start to slide each arm forward and just lie here for a moment. Just relax, feel that dispersion of energy through the spine. Okay, we're going to do a rotation of the spine now. Lying on your back, arms are wide, one leg is bent, one leg is straight. Pick your pelvis up into the air, move it over to the bent leg side, then bring the pelvis back down onto the floor. Start to roll the bent leg over the straight leg. Make sure both shoulders are on the ground. And breathe. Soften the body. Imagine that all the muscles around your waist are starting to relax and let go. Every breath you take in creates tension in the body, and on the out breath is an opportunity to soften the body. Imagine everything starting to melt. All those tiny little muscles around the hip and the spine and the waist. Taking some deep breaths so that the lung or the chest that's exposed to the ceiling is really getting an opportunity to open up and stretch. Slowly start to bring the bent knee back, rolling onto your back and realigning the body, swapping legs. You might want to have a little bolster nearby if you're finding it difficult for the foot to reach the floor. I'll show you what that looks like. So bending the other leg, pick the pelvis up into the air. Move it across to the bent leg side, bring the pelvis back down onto the floor. Start to roll the bent leg over the straight leg. You can place or rest your whole shin and foot and knee onto the bolster if you need that extra support. And breathe. Check in with the shoulders, make sure that both shoulder blades are on the floor. Taking deep breaths into the ribs, into the lungs, to expand the ribs. And breathe. And soften, scan through your body, make sure there's no holding on anywhere. Over the straight leg. Realign the body and squeeze both knees into your chest, giving the lower back a little massage. Okay, we're now going to do a side bend, and this is where you need your chair. Legs are apart. We're going to bend the waist or bend the body sideways. You use this cushion to stop you from bending too far because this is quite a strong stretch. Reach across to the opposite corner. Take a breath in, and on the out breath, just slowly start to bend your body sideways. And imagine that both your shoulder blades are pressed back against a wall. And breathe. And soften. Make sure both sit bones are still anchored to the chair. Tuck the chin. And breathe. To add an extra dimension to the stretch, you can bring the arm across the front of the body, roll the top shoulder back, and reach. And breathe. Just being really aware of how important this breath work is in facilitating the stretch and the movement. Stretch slowly, roll your body forward, place your hand on your knee, and push the torso off. Let's do the other side. Use your cushion on your other thigh, reach across to the opposite corner, take a breath in, And on the out breath, slightly bend sideways. Really being aware that when you move slowly, you can really start to experience the sensations occurring in your body as you make these movements. And breathe. Remember to tuck the chin, support the neck. Bring the arm across the front of the body and roll the top shoulder back and reach. Come out slowly, roll the body forward in between the knees, place your hand on the opposite knee and push the torso up. The last one of these movements is to open up and start to stretch the hip joint. You're going to start by moving your seat or your bottom to the edge of the chair, making sure that the support leg is around about a 90-degree angle here between the calf and the thigh. Pick up the other leg, place the foot on the knee, your hands are on your shins to rest here. Start to sit up straight, lifting the chest and hinging back. Then we're going to start to hinge forward at the hip, being aware that we don't want to bend at the waist to encourage that. That will actually take us away from the stretch that we're trying to get in this hip. As we lift the chest and hinge forward, we're untucking the pelvis. And breathe. Soften the shoulders, make sure that they're not coming up around your ears. And with this exercise, we can do a contraction. We're going to push the foot into the knee, and we're going to make a sweeping away movement without actually moving the leg. And it's an attempt to do that by activating the muscle we're stretching, which is deep in the hip. So let's go. Push the foot into the knee. Start to try and sweep your leg away for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly stop. Just relax. Take a breath in. And on the out breath, hinge a little bit further forward at the waist, at the hips. Don't bend at the waist. Just tuck the chin. Try not to extend the neck too much in an effort to move forward. Keep that chin tucked, the chest lifted, and the back straight. And breathe. With every out breath and softening of the body, you might feel that you can just gradually move a little bit further forward. And then to come out, slowly sitting up. Taking the leg down. A little shake. And let's come to the other side, still at the front of the chair, and come back to our slumped position. Picking up the foot, placing your foot on the knee. Sit up straight. Feel that pelvis untuck. Start to hinge forward at your hips. Don't bend. Resist that urge to bend, which will in effect take you out of the stretch. Stay here for a few minutes, taking a few breaths in, just relaxing and softening the body. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. And breathe. Let's do the contraction. We're going to push the foot into the knee. We're going to attempt to move the leg out in an arc. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly stop. Just soften everything but don't move. Take a breath in. And on the out breath, hinge a little bit further forward. Be aware of lifting the chest, straightening the back, and tucking the chin. And breathe. Soften the shoulders. Make sure they haven't cracked up around your ears.
Slightly
Now that particular stretch can be quite difficult for people, and it's one of the ones that I would suggest that you do try and do every day to start opening up that hip muscle, because in the stretch therapy system, as I've mentioned before, there is a progression in lengthening the tissue, and this is the simplest version of the piriformis stretch, and we progress through a number of varieties of this stretch too as the muscle starts to lengthen. Okay, thanks. I'll follow back.